I like the word lifestyle entrepreneur because I don't feel like I work and I do what I want, and I've been blessed enough to make some right moves at the right time to be able to exist the way I do, which is really fortunate.
He's a real straight shooter and really likes to get things done and no mucking around and really onto it businessman.
My name is Robett Hollis. My whānau's from Ngāti Porou, East Coast Gisborne, a little place called Waipiro Bay. And this is me. Breakfast done. This is the infamous boardroom. So it's probably a lot different to other boardrooms because our boardroom's a table tennis table. So outside of my regular job of frontside is this thing that's expanded into CoLab NZ. And essentially what it is, it's a shared workspace for young entrepreneurs, small businesses, startups, people that want to basically get out of the bedroom and into the real world. It's been really cool seeing the success of businesses that are coming through. Basically, as you go down, you've got software development, creative stationery company, app development, editing suite, and then a sort of events company, and that's kind of the top floor. I didn't realise that at the time, but I mean now we're looking at our 4th floor on Queen Street. We've got another place we're looking to do in Rotorua. There's all these things starting to roll out. I think what CoLab represents is actually potentially a lot bigger than what I think it is now. So this is the 2nd floor, and then so it's way different. So it's a whole bigger open plan that cruises around. So the whole building comes up. So on this floor, we've got a whole bunch more hot desks and space around. I always say the saying, it's like, you know, if you're not busy, you're broke. Like, I 100% believe that. I love the hustle. Like, I love seeing people just grinding, doing stuff. Like, it's the coolest thing ever. Like, positive momentum, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Like, just people absolutely sending it and loving what they're doing. That's what it's about. This isn't even my job, you know? This is like a hobby, which is turned into something rad because it's genuinely helping people with no political red tape. It's just create culture, create the setup, let people do their thing. We don't even have a website. I don't even have a business card for CoLab. And we've got 3 floors on Queen Street. It's a joke. And it's cool.
He's just super motivated and a really driven person, and he just knows how to get things done and knows how to get to his goals and, you know, achieves it. He's definitely a really inspiring person and someone who I look up to personally as you know, a younger person and you know, I would hope to be like him one day.
It's probably been 3 sort of key things that have been real big drivers. As one, when I was 11, my dad had a double brain hemorrhage, and I had an older sister, younger sister, mum, dad, obviously, and then Dad had a brain hemorrhage, so I went back to the brain capacity of a 6-year-old, and I was 11, so I was like kind of man of the house at 11, so I had to like step up. Then when I was 15, on New Year's Eve, my dad actually passed away, so he finally got better and was good, and then he passed away when, in a car crash on New Year's Eve. Another driver lost control of the vehicle and it was all stuffed up. And then the third one was, so after he passed away, I went to my careers advisor, and there's a CD-ROM you could do at the time. You can put it in, you go through all the system of like, you know, what you'd like to do and come up with a career path. And I did this whole thing all the way, went through, and because I wasn't really book smart or whatever, and I don't know, for whatever reason, it got to the end, and then the lady goes like, oh, Robett, maybe you could work in a warehouse packing boxes. And I'm 15, right? So I'm like, that single moment was probably the biggest motivation of my whole life, because the perception of what they thought I was going to be, I was going to prove them wrong.
And the funny thing is, after I got the 2nd floor, you know, finally, I didn't know anything about commercial real estate, and I've got 2 floors on Queen Street, and it's like, maybe I should read about this. And then I got Donald Trump's like commercial real estate 101 type thing. So it's pretty close.
It was funny because when people come into my office, like, our sales manager is like 38-year-old white dude, and so people would come in, and like if they haven't met me, they'd go into his office and be like, oh, hey, Robett, nice to meet you. And then he'd be like, oh, no, Robett's next door. And then so they'd come in, and then here's this 29-year-old, you know, Maori fella sitting not in a suit on the corner office on Queen Street, kind of like, you know. And that's funny. That's funny to me.
It's all shaped up anyway. All good.
Good.
Is that 2013? Page?
Yeah. So I didn't know if you had seen it.
My whole goal coming through Aranui when I was young is I was so proud and stuff to come from there, but I wanted to get out. I wanted to make a move, and basically I was fortunate enough to turn professional after I finished high school. So I became a professional snowboarder. Got my instructor certificate so I could travel over to the States, and basically my job was, I was on full-time salary to travel around the world, go to all these amazing places, and I was never the best snowboarder. I mean, I won the New Zealand champs. I got second at the world finals and stuff, but I wasn't that good. Like there were other guys around me that were way better, but I think I just played the game maybe a little bit smarter, and it enabled me to transition into business, which was my first big play in 2005 with nzsnowboard.com. So after nzsnowboard.com, it essentially morphed into New Zealand's largest action sports network. Then from there, Frontside's a full service, I guess, media company specialising in video production. So we come through as the content partners for brands that want to create cool content. So yeah, Frontside is going some very good places. I really don't like perceptions on what people think I should be or should be doing. Like, a young Maori kid from Aranui shouldn't be dealing with a Verve Clico. We do. A young Maori kid shouldn't have corner office on the top floor, not dressed in a suit. We do. And the cool thing within Collab is some of the guys that we've been meeting, some like really like powerful, hugely influential, like financially successful business guys, but I don't know them as that. Like, they're not in my world, so, and I'm not from their world, so there's this mutual respect of like, you're just a dude, I'm just a dude, and you're doing your thing, I'm doing my thing. I always say it's like, you know, with 2 clicks of Google, you can find out who someone is and what they're about, you know? And so they can just see their trail of like, okay, cool, this guy's either worth my time or not worth my time, and if you're adding value to the conversation, keep the conversation going. Maybe we link up on the Tuesday and get the hero shots for the Wednesday, because there's going to be obviously hellies and bits and pieces and whatever. I'd love Collab to, as the hobby, to expand to like a nationwide thing where we've got collabs in every single region, connecting up with a bunch of like-minded smart people. I'm happy being a pawn in other people's bigger chess game if it helps get that guy with an idea to the next level. I'm all about it. I realise that I'm not going to be the 50-year-old dude trying to talk slang with the young, cool surfer dudes. It's like, I'm not even that guy now. I'm the old, kooky snowboard guy now. Like, I'm, you know, like the 13-year-old doesn't care who Robett Hollis is. And that's cool, because it's supposed to be that way. Like, you don't want to hold on to this stuff. You go move on to the next, and then have enough hustle to figure out how to make it happen, and not just be a guy that just talks about it. Go and actually do some stuff.